Okay, today we are going to see what's the difference between list and tuple, right? So the last session we talked about list. List is basically um, it's like an array. It's like a container of data or numbers, right? Could be string and numbers, and it cannot it can be changed. Well, tuple they call it immutable, so it cannot be changed, right? Um, they have another characteristic which is an is like an ordered, right? But both are ordered list, but we don't have to worry about that. But the main difference is a tuple is can be changed, while a list cannot be changed. So, for example, if I let's say create nums variable and then list starts with this what do you call this? A bracket, right? So I just put create like 4 or 5, right? Okay, and then I just print type I'm at. So we got a list, right? So it's a type of data structure. In Python, I think there's 4 data structures. There's list, there's tuple, there's dictionaries, and I'm not sure what is the other one. Anyway, so this is a list. It's an ordered uh, mutable. So it means uh, um, can be changed. So the members, the elements inside it can be changed. While a tuple, let's say I create tuple, it starts with a parenthesis instead of a what's this? A bracket, right? It starts with parenthesis. So I can put let's say 3, 7, 4, what's it, 2, right? And then I just print type to tuple. Let's see. There you go. So this is a tuple, right? It starts with bracket and immutable means cannot be changed. So if I want to do, let's say, tuple pop, for example, it wouldn't work. It's not supposed to work. Give me like a tuple object has no attribute pop, right? But if you want to change the element, you want to pop the last element, nums, for example, nums dot pop, right? You can do that because the data structure is a list, right? So and then if you type nums again, it is just the first two members of the element, right? Because the last member of the element 5 got ejected, right? That's what pop does. Um, the same thing, if you want to add, for example, right? So let's say I forgot how to add. Let's say append. Is it append? Can you do that? I'm not sure about this. Take exactly one argument, 0. Okay. Nums append, let's say 1. Okay. So it works, right? Let's see what's the new nums. Okay, so it's just putting it's like the opposite of pop, right? Putting the last one. So I just keep on like changing it. I keep on adding it, right? Because it's basically mutable. Mutable means you can change it. Say upon let's say 100, and then I put let's say 35, right? And then I just um oh okay, it can only take one argument. Sorry. So you can just put one argument. Okay, just one argument. No problem. Right. Okay, so you just can keep on adding it, right? And then it's fine with that. But in tuple, you cannot do that. So if you want to put something, let's say, I don't know, 33, it should not work. So it says the tuple object has no attribute append, means it doesn't have that function basically because it's a tuple, and everything in Python is called is an object. You can think of an object as like a how do you say it? Think of it in a real world is like it's like a real object. It's like a laptop or a smartphone or a cup, but this is in the software world, right? So it's made of codes, and everything is an object. And inside that object, there are functions. The function is a program that you can call and will do something. That's what function is, right? So, for example, print, right? Print print is a function because print is a program that you call that will do something, which is to print whatever you want to print, right? So you would say print nums, right? It will print whatever inside that nums variable, right? So print itself is a function, and print, is a function because it has this parenthesis. So a name, let's say this is the name of the function, and it has this bracket. That's um, you can call that as a function, or you can call that in a different programming language also called um, I forgot what it's called. Anyway, it's a program that does something, and normally not in Python, this function is inside look it's inside the object. So for example, think of an object, right, in the real world. Let's say a cup, and inside the cup, uh, you can do something. You can like break it. You can like you can put water, right? You can, for example, you can like bang it, right? So there are many functions of a cup, right? You can throw it, right? So the same thing as the object in Python world, tuple, for example, in this example, because tuple is an object or is a container or is a data structure that cannot be changed. So if it cannot be changed, that means there is no function inside it, right? Because function by definition means you it's a process that does something on the object, right? For example, if it's a smartphone, probably it's because this is an object. The function inside it could be scrolling on and off, right? That does something on that object itself. So for tuple, because it's immutable, cannot be changed, right? It's different from list. List, you can change it. That means there is a function, there is a process inside that particular object, right? Um, okay, so that's just the major difference between list and tuple. The reason why I want you to understand about that because we're gonna jumpstart into this. Um, the end goal of this is just to give you a understanding how to do deep learning, right? And deep learning is basically using a Python programming language, right? And then there's so many packages inside Python programming languages. One of the packages that useful for deep learning is called NumPy, right? But in order to understand NumPy, thing about NumPy is when people talk about packages in especially in Python or in any other programming language, is think of it is a list um, of functions inside or a list of library, right? And it's a more higher level library, right? So when you let's say for example this print, right? Print is a function that you call, right? But actually you can say that it also is like a library, or one of the library, right? Because library is basically a list of functions, right? And so you have a functions, right, inside an object, for example, but this is just functions, right? And then a number of function is called a library, right? And then you can call a number of library called a packages, right? So that's kind of the structure. So NumPy is one of the core library that's being used for scientific purposes. In this case, it's useful for data processing in deep learning, right? Um, it provides a high performance multi-dimensional array object, okay? And tools for working with these arrays, okay? So for those who are like already familiar with MATLAB, then probably you are gonna be like breeze through into this NumPy library. But anyway, we'll go together, okay, with NumPy. All right. So first concept, array. Array. What is a NumPy array? Is just a grid of values, right? All the same type, and it's indexed by a tuple, and it's a non-negative integer. So just remember, tuple is a data structure um, contains of numbers that are immutable, that cannot be changed, right? Think of an object that doesn't have a function inside it, so you cannot tweak it, right? Even though you want to tweak it, you cannot. Sorry, it's like a fix. It's like rigid, right? It's a data that's rigid because you cannot manipulate. You cannot like do anything, kind of. Yeah. Okay. So where am I? So the shape of an array is a tuple of integers giving the size of an array along its dimension. Um, okay, we can initialize NumPy arrays from nested Python lists and access elements using square bracket. Okay, so but first, in order to use NumPy, we have to import. Remember, NumPy is like a packages or it's like a library that consists of um, many functions inside it, right? And that library is not what do you call it? It's not default inside the Python library. So like print, right? This this function that's already a built-in or default built-in function inside Python. Which means if you need to use that function, you can just call it. So you just type it print like that, right? And then you execute it and it should work, right? But for NumPy, it doesn't work like that because it's an outside library. It's like a third-party library. Think about it. It's like when you buy, like, for example, Windows operating system, right? It comes probably with I don't know, like Microsoft Office, or it comes with like a Internet Explorer, right? So it's like by default it's already there, the software. But if you want to, let's say, use Chrome, you have to download it. Like, yeah, so Chrome is like a third party for the Windows operating system. So it's like that. So we have to import it first, right? So import NumPy, and then normally people use np just to make it simple, right? Um, you can call it different name, but it's just people use np. So it's just to make it standard. So for example, you want to create a equals to np dot array. Okay, remember to call a function, right? So np is like an object, right? So this is np. You think of it as an object, and inside that object, dot. So dot means, think about it as an object, right? Dot means going inside that object, right? So inside that object, remember there's going to be like a list of function or a list of probably libraries, and libraries is basically a bunch of functions too, right? So dot means you are you are going inside that object and taking a look what are the functions that you want to use. In this case, it's an array function, right? You know it's a function because it's a bracket, right? So bracket means it's a function in Python, right? But you have to put a parameter inside it. So you want to put, remember, a tuple. And tuple, it's defined by a, what do you call this? It's not a bracket. It's, no, yeah, it's a bracket, sorry. Oh, sorry. Okay, so function is a parenthesis, right? I'm just mixed up here. Sorry, guys. Parenthesis function, right? But for tuple, it's a bracket. The one using the parenthesis is actually a list, right? But you cannot use list for NumPy. NumPy is only for tuple, right? I think if you put list, it's gonna be error. We'll see. So let's say we put like 1, 2, 3, right? And then we just execute it, okay? And then we want to see what is A, okay? Okay, so it's already creating an array of a tuple 1, 2, 3. And if you want to create, for example, b equals to np dot array, and then you want to put list, right? 1, 2, 3. I think it should give a syntax error. Oh, it works. I'll be damned. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know about this. It works. So, oh, it's automatically converted into a tuple, guys. Interesting. I didn't know this. Okay. See, I'm just learning just as much as you. Okay, I didn't know this. So actually, inside the software, automatically convert that. Even though you put a list, it will convert it into a tuple because of this bracket instead of a parenthesis, right? Okay. So now what can we do? So for example, you want to make sure what is the type, right? So you just print. Remember, if it's a function, you just put parenthesis, yeah, and then type, and then a. Oops, why s? No, s is not defined. A, yeah. So it's a numpy and the array. Um, what else can we do? Let's say print the type b. Okay, should be the same. Yeah. Okay. We can do, for example, shape. Let's say print a dot shape. Let's see what does it do. So the shape is 3. So it gives you like a 3 array, right? Um, you can print, for example, the element. Let's say print a, let's say 0, a 1, like that, for example. It should print the element 1 and 2, right? Um, let's see, what else can we do? You can also, for example, create like a, let's say, two kind of array adjacent to each other, right? This is creating a, sorry, a rank 2 array, right? So this is the first lang. Let's say 1, 2, 3, and then this is the second lang. Okay. So this is called a two rank two array, right? You can print B shape 2 and 3. So which means is a rank 2 array, right? This one. And then each of that has a um, what do you call that? Three elements, right? Okay. What else can we do with this? I wonder if you can like if you can do this. I'm not sure. Can you do this? Let's say if it's this is like three uh, three elements. The first array, and then the second array is only two. Let's see how it works. Oh, it works. Okay. And then oh, it's the B shape. Oh, okay. So it's just leave it blank. Okay. Okay. Leave it blank. Got it. Okay. Okay. And then print B. Let's say print. Let's say B 0 comma 0. Um, say B uh, um, 0 comma 1. Let's see what is it does. Too many indices for array. Oh wow. Why is that? Um, why too many indices? One, two. Hmm. I don't know why too many indices. Yeah, I'm not sure why this one doesn't work. For example, if I put this back, for example, 5, 6, 7. And then I'll just print the shape. It should be 2, 3. And then print B is B. Oh, now it works. And then it says 1 and 2. Okay, so 0, 0 is this one, 1. And then 0, 1 is this one. Huh. I don't know. I don't know why it's like that. What if I put, let's say, um, B, for example, 1, 0. Oh, okay. I think this one refers to the rank 0, right? And then this is refers to the first element. So as this, I mean, to the first rank, the 0 first rank, which is start with 0, and this one is refers to the element. So which is this is because this is the first rank, this is the second rank, right? So this is the first rank, and the first element is 1, right? 0, so 0, 0 is 1, correct. 0, 1 is 2 because it's the first element and sorry, the first rank and and the second element, right? Remember, it starts with 0, okay? So it's 2, and this one is the second rank, which is this guy, and is the first element, which is 5. Ah, okay. So now for example, if I do B, it shouldn't work this one, like this shouldn't work. Yeah, I think it's out of like bounds or something. It will zero. So yeah, it's out of bounds, right? Index 2 is out of bounds for axis 0 with size 2. Okay. So if I change it, for example, 1, that refers to the first oh sorry, the second rank, and then I want to be on the third one, that means 2 because it starts from 0. This should be 7. It should print 7. Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yes, got it. Um, excuse me. Okay. Okay. Next, NumPy also can be used for to create many function to create arrays. Okay. Let's see. Let's say a equals to np, and then there is this function called zeros. Zeros, right? And then we put 2 comma 2. What does it do? What does this do? And then just want to a. Okay. So what's the difference if I do print a? I think it should be the same. Yeah, it's the same. Okay. So basically, what this does is, um, so a is the container of the variable, right? Equals to np. So it's calling numpy, the object, and it's calling this zeros function. And you are putting this parameter inside, right? This 2 comma 2. What does this 2 comma 2? It's basically to create a 2 rank 2. This seems to be like rank 2, right? Rank 2 um, array with two elements for each of them. You can like check it, I think, with type print type a. It should be 2 comma 2. Oh, wait, numpy d array, correct. How do you ship? Okay, I forgot. Print um, let's say um, a ship. Yeah, got it. So it's rank 2 and the element is 2 for each of the rank, right? I wonder if I can do this. Ship. Is it the same? It doesn't work. Tuple object is not callable. Oh, okay. Tuple object is not callable. Okay. I guess because it doesn't have a function inside. Okay. 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 What else can we do? So say, for example, I want to do, let's say b and p dot ones, and then I want to create, for example, 1 comma 2, which means one rank, and each of the rank has two element and fill it with ones, right? And just print b. Yeah. So it's only one array, and in that array there are two elements, right? And each of the element filled with one. Okay, that's correct. And then we can like just check print um, type b. It should give 1 comma 2 because it's rank 1 and there's two elements. Oh, sorry, ship. I always forget ship b comma ship. Yeah. Okay. Um, and then you can do other thing. For example, E says NP dot random. This is a bit confusing. I'm not sure also why is it like this. Why is it like two times the random? I have no idea. I have no idea. Why is it two times? Okay, I have no idea. Okay, but for now, just take it. It's just filling it with random numbers. And the most important thing is this guy. This what does this mean? So the first number is basically it means the the number of arrays are there, or what rank is it, rank 1, rank 2, rank 3. Basically rank 1 there's only just one array, rank 2 there's two arrays, rank 3 there's three arrays, right? And then the second number is basically denotes of the number of element inside that array. And one more thing very important to remember, that these are tuple, which means you cannot change it, right? So for example, if you want to change the inside, once it's already set like all zeros, 0, 0, 0, 0, you want to change it into one, you cannot do that. You cannot do append, you cannot do pop, and all of those manipulation, right? So you just think of it inside that object. It's a tuple, it's an object. It's like nothing. There's nothing. If you can do a manipulation, means inside the object there is a function like pop, append, or push, right? So tuple is like an object that has nothing. It's like an empty ball, kind of, right? Think about it that way. Probably it's easier. That's what it means by immutable, because you cannot change it. Means you don't have a process to change it, kind of. Because you don't have a process to change it, that's why it's called immutable, right? Um, I think that's all for now. Okay. I'll see you next time in the next tutorial. Hopefully, you'll still with us here with me. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching.